5 points out of a playoff spot with 4 games left, and tonight the Flames face the Wild. One of the teams are chasing for that final spot. To talk about tonight's game, let's head to Calgary to bring in Salim Valji. Salim, what's the talk in the Flames room and around that city today?
I think there's a lot of excitement, Gino, and I was actually thinking this morning, this is the biggest regular season game in the post-COVID era for this franchise. And it's crazy to say out loud, but that 2022 run was during the pandemic. And there's a buzz around the city, really around this team the whole season, Gino. It kind of culminates tonight where they have such a pivotal matchup that could really do their playoff hopes a huge amount of good or essentially end their season. But I think the hype dates back to training camp when Salim Valji said, give us a chance, maybe the experts are wrong. And lo and behold, the veteran knew what he was talking about because we're well close to the end of the season and the Flames are extremely relevant. There's a buzz around here. And Gino, I'm biased because I love the Saddle Dome, but we're not going to have it for much longer, right? So it gives me a great amount of joy knowing that there's Friday nights like this one coming up tonight that are still taking place here in this iconic rink. And I think the city's abuzz about the fact that the Flames are relevant at this stage. They play a relentless, never say die kind of culture that they've embodied. And people still believe, even though there's a 10% chance, according to a few websites, there is a belief in that room and around the city that the Flames can pull this off.
You mentioned the percentage. The margin for error is now all but officially non-existent. What are the biggest challenges this group is now facing?
I think going back to that Anaheim game and just how tough it was for the organization, right? Like you're up 3-1, you have a chance to close out a very winnable game, and then within a blink of an eye, you lose in overtime. And a couple of things stood out. Number one, their power play was 0 for 6 and really did lose them the game, Gino. They did not look like a threat on the man advantage at all. They looked disorganized and they lacked chemistry. And the second thing is situational awareness. And Martin Pospisil has been a very good find for this organization, but on Anaheim's second goal, he has the puck deep in offensive territory and he gives it away. Anaheim comes back right away and scores, and then right off the ensuing faceoff, they score again. And that really was the TSN turning point. And Blake Coleman talked about it this morning, basically saying that we have to be more situationally aware. He didn't reference Pospisil, but he said, being aware of the score, of the time on the clock, of our team's situations. So those two areas maybe are a cause for concern for me. There are some bright spots. Number one, that culture we spoke about, that relentless, never say die attitude that they've embodied since September. And the second thing is their Calder candidate, Dustin Wolf. He has looked so good. He had a tough outing in Anaheim, but he's a very good bounce-back goalie. The organization loves how he compartmentalizes and moves on really quickly from tough outings. We talked the last time, Gino, about that night in your neck of the woods in Toronto, and Wolf had a fantastic game in New Jersey the following game. So I expect the exact same out of him, and there are reasons for optimism during what's a daunting march to the playoffs.
Speaking of young guys, the Flames' 9th overall pick from last year's draft, D prospect Zane Parekh, just joined the team after wrapping up his OHL season. What's the plan for him?
I think they're slow playing it, and I asked Ryan Huska point blank this morning, you've had some struggles on the power play, your team doesn't score a lot of goals. People look at Parekh's incredible junior career and they think, hey, he can help you out during the playoffs or a playoff chase. But Huska was quick to pour cold water on that notion, Gino. He pointed out that Parekh has only been here for 2 days, really, around the team. And they're really slow playing it, and they're going to be taking an extremely patient approach. And if you remember, during training camp, Parekh essentially admitted that he felt overwhelmed by the NHL competition. And even though he had an incredible season in junior and was mentioned in the same conversation as Bobby Orr, I don't think they look at him as their franchise savior. I think they really want to slow play his entry into the league. And if you look at how they've developed players recently, Matt Coronado, Dustin Wolf, Connor Zary, those players all spent a lot of time in the American Hockey League. Perhaps too much time for the Twitter and social media crowd. But Parekh will not, I don't think, be in the lineup anytime soon. They really want to ease him in, make him feel comfortable on and off the ice. His family's here helping him with the transition, but I don't think we're going to be seeing him because the organization really does want to put him in a position to succeed. And he's in a Canadian market. He has a lot of eyes on him, and they're very aware of that. So unfortunately for a lot of Flames fans, they won't see the young phenom. But I do think, Gino, they're doing the right thing by being patient here.
Certainly sounds like that. Flames in the Wild, huge playoff ramifications on the line tonight in Calgary. Salim, thanks for this. Enjoy the game.